This is the Conscious Hour. In 2017, I believe it was, Abby Martin, who I encourage everybody to listen to and watch, she went there in 2016 to Israel to really see Israel. She'd never been there. And what she found was something that shocked her to the core. That Palestinian people were put in cages. Somebody says, what do you mean put in cages? Let's take your neighborhood, wherever you live, Seattle, Magnolia, whatever community neighborhood you live in, we build a fence around it and we don't let you out. No, you have to have permission to leave. I saw that and went, my God, how could anybody be living in cages in 2017? How could anybody be killing people and stealing their lands in 2017? I was naive. I had no idea. I knew that Israel had some quirks. I knew about Mossad and all that stuff. But I did not understand the human suffering and the carnage and the killing and the racism that was there. I've known a lot of Jewish people, and they're beautiful people. Every once in a while you meet one that you kind of wonder, they got this edge to them. I finally figured it out. Yeah, they aren't the Jewish people, they're the Zionists. They're on a mission to take over the world.
I remember I had a debate with an Israeli spokesperson who said, you're wrong about Israel, come visit Israel and we'll show you the truth. And so I said, okay, I'll see the truth for myself. So I went in 2016 and wow, it was a transformative, life-changing trip. Everything that I thought I knew was actually much worse than I had even thought. I spent 4 weeks traveling all across the West Bank, small villages, refugee camps. I remember going to Hebron, which was the most visceral example of Israeli apartheid I'd ever seen. And then, of course, going into the borders of 48 was just the absolute dichotomous opposite. Spending several weeks with Palestinians, hearing their hearts poured open, the most beautiful, welcoming, gracious people I've ever met in my life. And no one ever said anything remotely racist. No one said anything remotely anti-Semitic. And it was just the opposite of the narrative that we've been told our whole lives. Now, going into the borders of 48, the racism and bigotry was visceral. It was palpable to the point where I couldn't even bear to be there for more than a couple hours. I was so disgusted with how racist Israelis were. And there's a reason why Americans are not shown what Israeli society thinks and believes on camera. We're only shown a very sanitized version of what Israeli society thinks and believes because they handpick spokespeople with American accents to speak to Americans. Israelis don't ever speak for themselves.